Welcome to DCL Radio, Thursday, Division 1, First Division. Okay, now I have Samish and Pradeep as analysts tonight. We'll go through all the games and we'll discuss about, we will do predictions. Before getting into all the games, we will talk a little bit about DCL T90, which is DCL Premier League, where yesterday semi-finals finished and two of the Tamil Nadu teams, they entered the finals. Okay, that let me welcome our guests, our analysts. Welcome to the show, Pradip.
Thanks, Jagan. Looking forward to another exciting week of cricket to talk about.
Okay.
And thank you, Sam. Thank you, Samish.
Welcome to the show, Samish.
Thank you, Jagan.
First time Samish did not interrupt me.
Yeah, I'm trying to be nice after all the results this week. I don't want to be a smart ass.
Okay, so I have my own sentence for last weekend games, first division games, with the exception of one game. I think remaining all looked one-sided, and exactly a week before, couple of weeks before, I felt like every game is going to be very close game and it's going to be dogfight. So apparently, nowadays my
all the predictions are going out the
my
window.
analysis, everything is going wrong. But anyways,
I don't know if we should call us analysts.
Okay, so let me quickly ask your opinion, your analysis on T90 semi-finals. One game it went to wire, and the other game went to it's a one-sided game, completely one-sided. But the two teams that lost in T90 are, in my opinion, are one of the top loaded teams. When I compared to the finalists. Do you guys agree with me or not? Samish, I'll start with Samish.
Yeah, they should both have been in finals, but as you said, they were both loaded. Both teams should have been finals, should have been in playing finals next week. But then we can't take away from the Chennai teams who really bowled well, batted well, and I'm not sure which team it is, but where the three quick bowlers that they have from Pakistan, that's helping as well. And a lot of what I saw a few clips here and there. I saw how Kaushik got out, how Amar got out, and it looked like they were expecting the bowler to be faster than he was. Both played early when they got out. So from what I could tell from the videos, but yeah, maybe a little mental thing where they thought they were going to face big bowlers and got out with that pressure.
Okay,
Pradeep, but the surprising game was the other one. Sorry, the team with Maulik, Manoj, Dinesh, name anybody, and they're in that team, and it was sort of a one-sided game in the end.
Yeah, that's really surprising to me. Okay, see, anyhow, Pradip got in one of the games. Pradip got the best seat, and he had some heat also. So, okay. Before I go to Pradip, when I was watching, I'm just reanalyzing what you said, Samish, about Kaushik, the way Kaushik got out. I didn't see how Amar got out, but I closely observed.
Similar. They both played on the app, and I thought they both played.
I don't know. See, I went for a walk with another young man in Hari Parankusham. We both went for a walk, so I did not see that part. But 2 outs I observed closely, and because maybe some selfish interest there, Pradip Konreddy, and I observed Kaushik, and also I observed Abhishek. Abhishek, he started really well. He dominated.
Abhilash.
Abhilash. Okay. Kaushik, he dominated, and Konreddy, he dominated. All these three looked like they are dominating the game. Yet, whatever shot they played, a ball before that, they went for 6. The very next ball, they tried the same thing, and Abhilash, he hit 3 consecutive sixers, I think, something like that, three or four, or three, 1 4, 2 sixers, and then he got out for the same shot, But Abhilash catch, at least I can give, apna Gurudeep took excellent catch on the boundary. Okay, it was
Mhm.
IPL stylish, IPL style catch, I can say. I mean, he stood on the boundary and he jumped on the right time and he took it and he landed inside and he made sure that, okay, uh, he took it cleanly. So that's awesome catch. But Kaushik, the way Kaushik got out, the way Kondreddy got out, the way Abhilash got out, I felt like this. As soon as you hit a sixer, you should take a single so that so that you know every over 1 sixer is enough. You don't have to
Right.
hit every ball. Take single, take a single, you hit a six, take a single, because anytime you play long innings, that's going to help your team. you know at least that's how
Right,
I
or
felt.
at least till you settle down, because what I'm seeing is, 6 balls, 7 balls, 8 balls, or 4 balls. So that doesn't mean that you're set. I know this ball you can go after the bowlers right away, but I feel you still need to take your time, especially against good bowlers. You need to maybe settle down a little bit. You hit a six, as you said, take a couple runs till you get into that mold where you know what the bowler is bowling. So after that, you can go after them pretty much every ball, especially with this ball and that particular ground.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think good. We should talk about the inning by Srinivas, right? 56 runs. I don't think anybody else
See, I mean,
went
yeah, in
past
that
them.
context only, I said, you hit a sixer,
Right.
you take a single. That's how he played. So, Srinivas and Elimulai, he played a matured
Hmm.
innings. If you take out Srinivas and Elimulai, they are. I personally felt that team is 50, 60 runs team. That's how I felt. I'm sorry, but
Right.
that's my
Yeah, they
observation,
don't
and
seem to
no
have
insult.
batting. I know they
Yeah,
have good bowling, but
yeah. I'm not trying to
mm,
insult anybody there, but the way Srinivas and Elimulai played, I was so impressed, and that exactly what is missing from Kaushik, Abhilash, and Kondreddy.
well, the other
Okay.
thing could be we gave them false confidence. They scored 115 8 overs against us, so maybe they thought they'll do it again.
Uh,
Uh,
no, actually,
but
they were.
yeah,
See, it's not like those were fluke shots. Whatever sixers they hit, they are not fluke shots. They were middling it,
right, right,
clearing it. But you know, you can't try that one for every ball. Give some
yeah.
respect to the bowler also. He may be bowling. Contrary, he hit back-to-back sixers, I think. As soon as he hit that first sixer, I was in my. I'm talking to
No, I
myself
think
like,
that was
take his.
Kaushik. Kaushik has 2 sixes.
No, even contrary.
Already has only one.
Maybe then I thought
Yeah.
contrary hit
With
2 sixers.
Abhilash, yeah, Abhilash had back-to-back sixes too. But to add to it, right? That game, I think the goal was to put a big total, obviously, but they were on target. I mean, at the end of 5 overs, I think they were like 60 runs, right? They had the run
Yeah.
rate in their hands. They just couldn't hold on to their wickets, and that's what really did them in the end.
And I think that's where, Pradeep, I'm sorry to cut you off. I think this is where a lot of teams miss the big picture, right?
Mhm.
You have seen your opponents. You know how their batting order is. You should have a total in mind. I feel if they had gone for 110 runs,
Yeah,
they would have won. They didn't need 160 in this game. They didn't
yeah,
need 150 in this game. So if you haven't come prepared from home, this is what happens.
yeah.
If I would be looking at considering their bowling, I'd be looking at 100, 110, and
Yeah.
then put pressure on them using your bowling because we know they don't have great batting. But
Yeah, to
anyway,
add, the other
See,
thing,
if I have to give one statement about this team, Andra Titans, this self-proclaimed stardom is what killing them. Okay, so I may be wrong, I may be right, but that's what I observed. Okay,
Yeah,
everybody's walking in there to prove that they can win the game on, they're not thinking about the team. That's how I felt. Okay.
And I
It's it.
can't comment on that part because I wasn't there. But yeah, I mean that would do it if that's how you're thinking. Then
So that's how I felt.
hmm
yeah,
It's like
I was,
when see, I see. This is my observation. Sorry, Pradeep, I'm again
uh,
cutting it. So last over, I was observing Sai Manoj is he wants to set his own field, but their captain walks in and changes everything. And I could see the frustration in Sai Manoj's face in the last over. And he's trying to defend 6 runs or 7 runs, run a ball,
yeah, you
and
make me do that. I'll give the ball to the captain and tell him to bowl.
and every time, I observed another thing. Abhilash is the keeper. He's setting a field, okay, and then Amar walks in. He changes everything, and Abhilash is upset. These are my observations, and I hope they are listening and they can talk to themselves when they are playing next year together. Okay, these are the things they have to fix maybe. But yet, even after all this, they came very close. So that says, something is missing. What is missing is, this self-proclaimed "I'm everything" kind of mentality. Pradeep.
yeah. I mean, look, I mean, at the end, I was umpiring this game, of course, uh, there are obviously contests in between contests, and umpiring is always the one that sticks out in the end, regardless. I think the key there was they lost Amar's wicket. Amar got beaten by the pace. It was a Yorker left, right? He had no clue.
Yeah,
I mean,
his was, yeah, sorry, I missed that. His was different wicket. I'm thinking somebody else.
bad, the ball was gone. It hit the stump. So that was the crucial wicket, I think, right? Because Amar can change the inning anytime. But and that's the problem. To your point, Jagan, is you rely on one or two guys to change, especially in the semifinals, right? That's the big game that you're playing. And of course, and kudos to Tamil Nadu Super Kings. They brought those 3 Pakistani bowlers, and they pretty much contained the entire inning. If you look at the wickets, pretty much most of the wickets were taken by those 3 guys. And of course, there was another guy, Titu, I think, in the end. Titu.
I have to, oppose your statement there. It's not that those guys damaged it. It's a self damage by Titans there. They were hitting them. It's not like they
Yeah.
are not. Okay.
Yeah.
It's only thing is, you have this, a lot of people sitting there and you're giving props like, these are great bowlers. These are great. No, they are not that great. They were, Kaushik, Konreddy, Abhilash, these 3 I've seen. They were hitting them like anything.
Yeah. There's
Trust
one
me,
guy who
I don't want to insult any talent here. They are great bowlers. There is no doubt about that one. If Vicky plays well in the finals, Vicky plays the long innings. He has the capability of taking all these 3.
Yeah.
When I say capability, he's much better. What do you call? Has a technique to hit these guys without giving them any opportunity for catches. Okay, he'll take them onto the offside and he'll clear them over the over the fence. And that's my imagination whenever I watch Vicky. Whenever he scored big, that's what he does initially. And same with um, the stars guy, Ravi Teja. I'm sorry, Pradeep. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you guys are on point with everything that you guys said. It goes back to what you said, Jagan, is, they're trying to do too much. Like you said, you don't need to hit 6s every ball, right? You play these guys out, you expose the other guys, you pick your bowlers you want to hit, and you go after them. Unfortunately, I didn't see that happening, but that's okay. But kudos to Super Kings. They played smart cricket, and Sheeny scored 50 plus runs there, and he did what he was supposed to do, which is to pace the inning. There was one inning, then one over, they needed some big runs, and he hit, I think, 2 or 3 sixes in that over. That changed the complexity. Otherwise, the run rate was, they were lagging really behind the run rate, and that one over changed the inning, and they took the pressure off the Super Kings batting lineup. And kudos to Srini there, because he played a tremendous inning there. I don't think he had any life.
I don't know. I haven't seen, but whatever I have seen, he played really matured innings.
Yeah.
All my frustration is because I'm from Telugu land. I want one of the Telugu teams to be in the finals at least. So that's that's one of the reasons for my frustration. Okay.
Yeah. I was surprised on the other end. It was a totally one-sided game, especially with a team that's who's who of Detroit Cricket League, right?
Yeah.
And that was a shocker.
I think that's the best 11. If we make a team like best DCL 11 versus the rest of the DCL, that is the team which will make to DCL 11.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyways,
shout outs. I think we have to talk about Hemant's innings and his bowling. He scored 27 runs, 3 sixes, and then just gave 5 runs in 3 overs.
with this ball.
Exactly.
This
ball.
With this ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look at on the other side, Dinesh gave runs. Guru Naga gave runs. Manoj gave runs. So everybody gave runs except for this guy stood out. So I think we need to call this out. Good performance by Hemant there.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, and actually, I thought of discussing some of the incidents that happened in the game, but it's in the hands of committee right now. So until verdicts comes out, it won't look good talking in the radio because I'm part of the committee. I hope you guys excuse me.
No, that's good. I think it's the right thing to do. We can talk about it maybe next week.
Next week, yes. Okay. What is good for the league? What is bad for the league? We will discuss next week. Okay. And what kind of behavior is required in this league? Not in this league, in your life. Okay. Okay. And I have to stop there. Otherwise, I'll keep on going.
We spent half an hour and we haven't even gotten into the games.
Okay, let's quickly get into our games. Okay, the first game of the night is Detroit Titans versus Red Devils. Apart from this, remaining all I felt one-sided games. Even this one looks one-sided only. What do you say, Pradip?
I agree. I was expecting a closer contest than this, especially from Titans who were running away with the momentum. But I think I picked Devils to win this one because I want to watch Titans, and I told this to Gava too. I was like, you guys are doing great. You guys are playing together as a team, but you guys need to keep the momentum going, right? It's one of those teams that you have to prove yourselves at the end. So we'll watch this team. But getting to the game, looking at Titans batting first, they won the toss. The batsmen scored some runs, right? It's not like they were out for, especially the top order, for 0. They were able to score 7, 8, 10 runs, but nobody was able to kind of put together a pretty good partnership until it was the 5th wicket between Satish Gava and Kalyan. That was a 16-run partnership. That was the highest partnership in this inning, in this game. And then, of course, I think it was the 10th wicket partnership of 14 runs. That was the second highest partnership that I see. Red Devils notably only gave 3 extras, which is amazing. They bowled 21 overs. So that was an exceptional disciplined bowling there. And, we had Praveen scoring 10. We had Satish Gava playing the captain's role. I think he's been consistent this year batting-wise. And then Dunwich in the end scoring 14 runs. I think that's what got them to a decent total, with Kalyan and Ishan scoring 7 each there, and then Prajwal scoring 8. Not a lot to write home about on the batting side. Kudos to Red Devils. Devraj Patel taking 4 wickets for 10 runs in 5 overs. That's a pretty good disciplined bowling there. Narendra taking 2 wickets of 10 runs, 2 overs. And it looks like we had Rana, Swarna Rahul, and Satish Chudipalli taking 1 wicket each. It looks like Swarna is back, which is good. I think they need him. And yeah, so Titans needed at least another 20 runs, I think, 20, 30 runs in order to defend that. Because the Devils does have a pretty good batting lineup as well. On the Red Devils side, everybody contributed. It looks like the top order. Rana scoring 18 runs. They had pretty good partnerships between second wicket of 19 runs, third 16 runs, and then the sixth wicket partnership of whatever it was, 21 runs. So that was pretty good. That was a convincing win in my view. I do think this was more or less like a one-sided game. On the bowling side for Titans, Praveen taking 3 wickets. Praveen's doing his magic again. And Satish Gaba taking 1 and Kalyan taking another. So it could have been better. I was expecting a closer contest here, but hopefully Titans will come back stronger. Congrats to Red Devils on a convincing win against a team that was running away with some momentum. So kudos to Red Devils on this.
Okay, before going to our next game, Red Devils captain Venkat Kolla called me and said they're playing their next game in Southfield too, which he hates. Okay, and in my opinion, when a team is not comfortable playing in a specific ground, with a good valid reason. Okay, I'm not, some people they don't like that ground for sure.
Yeah.
At least it is not in the favorable list of most of the captains. Okay, that's how we can call that one. So he's walking into this game with a lot of fear, looking at the pitch. So I think committee has to do something to avoid such situations, because you have to give the confidence to the captain so that he can go and play his game rather than thinking about good pitch, bad pitch. Okay, with that, let me go to, otherwise I'll end up talking too much. Okay, the next game of the night is Canton Hurricanes versus KRCC. As expected, I thought KRCC will, dominate this game, and I umpired this game, and they literally dominated. And I'm not taking anything away from Canton Hurricanes. They really played well for that 63 runs. They played 24 hours, which is a great thing, which any other team wouldn't have played that long. Regardless, KRCC did what they are supposed to do. Sami, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you, Jagan. A one-sided game. I was at the ground too. We were playing in the adjacent ground, so I saw a bit of this. And they lost. Canton Hurricanes lost early wicket, but then there was a decent partnership between Najid and Javed. But beyond that, it was only Mittu who scored some runs in the end. And Pradip, you'll be happy to know that I talked to him about not having hit a boundary last inning.
I did.
He has hit a 6. I was witness to a very good 6, actually. I think it was against Shivpal Rana. Yeah, other than that, I think they were a little too defensive. Again, with KRCC, most teams, including, actually all teams, they don't know how to go about it. If you are aggressive, you will lose wickets and have a small total. If you are defensive, you won't have enough runs that they can't chase. So it's like, every team, so we have to figure this puzzle before the playoff starts. But for KRCC, I know they have lost one of the good players. Hemant, I've heard, is out of country. But Vihar opened, he scored 20 runs. Tamim did his thing, 12 ball 20. When Tamim is on the crease, run rate is not an issue. And then Ziban as well scored 13 of 11. And They completed they chased in 11.4 overs at a run rate of 6 almost, and pocketing 5 points there. Not much to talk about Canton's bowling. I don't see any, I see some tight spells by Deepak, Anil Reddy, but not a lot of wickets. But for KRCC, Apu Siddiqui took 4 wickets for 18 runs. Raza Ali took 3 wickets for 7 runs. Tamim took 2 wickets for 5 runs in 5 overs. Again, there wasn't much intent against Tamim, and it shows. And I can tell you, I know Tamim is good, but he's not this good. He's not 5 overs, 5 runs kind of bowler. So teams have to think about it, which bowler to target, which bowler not to lose wickets against. If you are losing wickets against Raza and Apu and others, then what are you going to do against Tamim and Mufassir in big games? But anyway, in the end, it was a one-sided game.
Okay, the next one is GLCC versus Strikers. This is again one-sided, which I did not expect. But at one point of time, I felt like it's going on par. And when with Akash playing that long innings, I thought we will reach 100. But the game changer in this game is KK, who ended up, giving a victory even before bowling one ball. Yeah, giving it because I could see Strikers after this. Once the first innings is done, I could see the dugout in Strikers. They walked into the game with a mindset of there's no way they are going to win. That kind of mindset they have showed. Your thoughts, Friday?
Yeah, this was totally one-sided, which I thought it would be, but I didn't. I thought Strikers would give a better fight, but kudos to GLCC on this one. What I really liked about Akash's inning, we know Akash batting, scoring 100 runs in 60 balls, 70 balls, but this inning he scored 53 and he played 23 or 20, close to 24 overs, which is commendable because that shows a lot of discipline. So he can bat both ways, right? If he has to accelerate an inning, he will. And he kind of stayed there, played the long game. And then, of course, if you look at the scorecard, they were at 4.5 runs per over, 21 overs, 90 runs. But the last 4 overs, they scored 50 runs, right? So that was strictly KK coming in and Akash taking putting his foot on the pedal, accelerating the inning there, and KK kind of scoring 33 runs of 13 balls, strike rate of 253. That's pretty amazing. And Pradip, I like Pradeep's batting here slowly. It looks like he's getting his confidence. We need that. Pradeep Kunreddy scoring 19 runs of 16 balls with 1-6. The last wickets frequently until the end, but the good news is the scoreboard was ticking, so there was not a lot of pressure from it. Kudos to Akash on this one, KK as well as Pradeep Kunreddy on this inning, getting GLCC to 141. On the bowling side, obviously everybody was a little expensive. Of course, given the total, you can expect that. And the only bowler who took 2+ wickets is Dinesh. And then everybody contributing with a wicket each with Parther, Monish, and Ketan, Amit Patel, and Sarvesh. So good, all in all, a great batting performance by GLCC. I think this is what is expected of GLCC against average teams, I want to say. Sorry, Parther, nothing, no disrespect, but this is what GLCC is supposed to do, and I'm glad to see that they're doing it. On the bowling side, Strikers were losing wickets constantly. There was no real partnership put together. And the funny part was the last wicket partnership that was almost, 16 runs that GLCC was frustrated by these two batsmen because they couldn't break that partnership. I was
Yeah.
watching the game.
I
They
felt.
saved the best for the last, Pradeep.
Yeah, I know. And I think the comment was being made that these two guys should have opened. They were playing pretty well, actually. I was pretty impressed. So that's
Yeah,
good news for.
their defense was good. And actually, in such situations, what GLCC is missing is Jagan's bowling.
Probably.
That's
Okay.
true, Jagan.
But anyway, so
Don't get
yeah.
our captain. Don't give our captain ideas. He'll start bowling himself.
Uh,
Okay.
who's the man of the match? Is it Akash on this one? Hopefully, yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, not a lot to write home about except for Manish scoring 15 runs, and Sharat in the end, the wicket that they defended really well, scoring 8 runs, and then Parthiv scoring 9. That was pretty much it, and Dinesh scoring 7 runs there. Not a lot of excitement, but on the bowling side, Kaushik getting 3 wickets, that's good to see. Akash taking 2, and Samish, of course, he's slowly getting back his rhythm, so that's good to see Samish.
Who's
And then
Amish?
Pradeep taking 2 wickets as well. Yeah, so that was all in all a good performance by GLCC, but I still want to see the game against Glads and Titans. I want to see how they perform against those two teams. And
Okay,
Hawks
fine.
too.
Sammy, finally somebody's talking good about you. Okay.
I know. Yeah. I've been
What an
putting
age.
these good performances in, and nobody talks about them.
You
So
can sleep well tonight. Okay.
I can. I'm already
Yeah.
ready.
Okay. The next game of the night is Detroit Bulls versus Pokeries. Pokeries dominated this one, and perfect example for complete domination with the ball, with the bat. Your thoughts,
Yeah.
Sammy?
I don't know what you guys were thinking last week when you picked Bulls to win this game, but
I think
I was with
I
Pokeries.
well, come on. I'm the only one who picked Pokeries. Okay, and
Yeah, you already
You guys
got your
owe me.
beer for that, Jagat.
Okay, I'm not talking. So go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope Bulls are not this year's Tigers. As soon as fans jump on the bandwagon, they don't play a good game, and that's what it looks like. Everybody was thinking Bulls will do well, or at least some of us were thinking. And Tanmay had a little off game. I think after a long time he hasn't scored much runs, and we didn't see anybody else scoring runs. I don't see Gino's name in here. Maybe he was missing today for this game. Yeah, it doesn't look like Gino played, so maybe that had something to do with it. But one player should not make that much of a difference. In the end, not much talk about Bulls batting. They scored 45 runs in 23 overs. Wow. Yeah, and again, I look at these bowling figures, and it boggles my mind. I know Saran Raj is a very good bowler, but 28 dots, 3 maidens, 3 wickets in 5 overs. I just don't get it. It just means you're not putting pressure on the bowler. And these are the kind of bowlers, if you don't put pressure on them, he can bowl length pretty much every ball if you don't put pressure on him. But I have also seen that if you put pressure on him, he does lose his length. So again, this is something I'll talk a lot about this year. I'm seeing a lot of these, especially when a team faces a spinner or somebody, they stop scoring. It's like as if they have never batted before. But anyway, great bowling by Pokhris, not to take anything away from them. Manoj Prabhakar again taking 2 wickets. Arun bowling 3 overs, 1 for 6. Saran had an excellent spell, 3 for 2 runs in 5 overs. I don't know what is the minimum number of runs in 5 overs for Jagan in DCL record, but this might be close to it. Raghu did not get any wickets, but he just gave 7 in 4 overs. Vicky was his normal good best. And Hitain also 2 wickets for 9 runs in 3 overs. Vikas Sanghvi was high scorer along with Gaurav Hiremat, 7 runs for Detroit Bulls. But I think Detroit Bulls are at a point where they need to give a few more good performances because everybody thinks that they have turned the corner and they are getting to be one of the elite teams in the league. So if they need to do that, they have to start beating good teams on consistent basis. Pokhris didn't have much trouble chasing, although they lost a few wickets. Arun scored 22 of 19 balls, 1 6 and 3 fours, and then they lost 3 rather quick wickets, but then Vicky and Manoj finished the game staying not out. Happy to see Satish opening for a change. I think he should open a little more and give him that exposure at bat. I know he's a good batter if you let him bat in the top order, but he hasn't had that many opportunities. Again, although Bulls have good bowling, only Vatsal took 2 wickets for 7 runs. Everybody else was okay. Some bowlers gave 6 to 10 runs per over, but not much to talk about. It was easily chased by Pokhris.
Okay. The next game of the night is Indus Thunders versus Stars. I thought it will be a very close game, and again, I felt like with the kind of star power these two teams have, it looked one-sided for me. Your thoughts, Pradip?
Yeah, I would agree with you on this one. Good game for Thunders, though. The Stars we know is a loaded team bowling-wise, even though I think they're missing Imti. But yeah, so giving 85 runs, I think it was still a chaseable total. I personally felt that. But obviously, Thunders did their magic in taking wickets, and of course, they had Dinesh playing this game, which is good. For Thunders batting first, I don't think they got a good enough start from the top batsman, but I like the fact that Chetan is playing up. I think Chetan really should be coming number 5 or 6 because Chetan can defend the inning, slow down the inning, or even speed up the inning depending on the situation, and he can adjust his game accordingly. So it's good to see Chetan scoring 14 runs there and Dinesh scoring 11. Naresh, it's good to see Naresh amongst runs. He's usually unlucky getting run-outs most of the time, but Naresh, they need Naresh's batting in order to go deep in this tournament, and they definitely need Chetan. Chetan, of course, they can rely on most of the time, and Ronak as well. But yeah, this was good middle order. They were able to put together some key partnerships there, and they did what they had to do to put a decent enough total to defend it. And on the batting side, I think that if you look at it, the partnerships were really between those 3 guys: Naresh, Dinesh, and Chetan. Otherwise, they kept losing wickets in tandem. On the bowling side for Stars, Deepak, of course, the stingy guy, 5 overs, 9 runs, 3 wickets. And Ashok Reddy taken 3 wickets for 10 runs, 5 overs. Arun was a little expensive, 5 overs, 26 runs. Ram taking 1 wicket there, and Amar as well. But yeah, I think 85 is a good enough total for Indus Thunders when they have their full team to defend, which I think they had the full team this time. On the batting side for Stars, I'm happy to see Arun going up. I've always wondered why Arun was going late in the inning, because he can at least stitch a partnership together when need be, right? I think they decided to send him up in order to not lose wickets, and he did what he was supposed to do, even though he didn't score runs a lot. But I think the pressure was there in order for him to stick around. And Deepak scoring 26 runs there of 40 balls, which was good to see. But no other batsman contributed any kind of meaningful runs there, and that's pretty much it. Then Manoj was the pick of their bowler, taking 5 wickets for 17 runs in 5 overs. And of course, they got good support from Dinesh, taking 2 runs. They're taking 2 wickets and giving away only 6 runs, which is good to see. And getting Rohit and Rahul taking 1 wicket each there. All in all, it was a good game for Thunders. I think this is going to give them a tremendous confidence going into the rest of the season. Congrats to Indus. Hard luck to Stars.
Okay.
I don't know why DCL is in bowling. Jagan, any idea?
Maybe he's injured. I did not ask Hari. Maybe I'll ask him. Tomorrow I'm going to meet Hari. So probably I'll ask him there.
That would make a difference there.
I think, if he's playing and not bowling means there's something wrong with his ankle or knee. Something might be there. I'll confirm next week if they tell me the truth. Okay, the next game of the night is Detroit Titans versus Troy Hawks. Is this the same Troy Hawks that scored 120, close to 120 runs against GLCC? That's how I felt when I saw the score card. Your thoughts, Samish?
Yeah, that day I was bowling, Jagan.
That's the reason I assigned you this game.
Yeah, not much to again, this is where I think some of these teams, like Detroit Bulls, Troy Hawks, they will surprise some teams, and then you see that when people expect them to do well, they don't do well. Although Bulls has been a little more consistent than Hawks for sure, but I think this is where the next step comes into picture for Hawks as well. But I can understand they lost a lot of people in the last couple of years, so it's not easy to keep building a team and then throwing out that quality as well. But anyway, Titans scored 96 runs for 9 wickets. Pretty much everybody was among runs, and not much to sorry, I lost the scorecard for a little bit. But anyway, Praveen DiGay opened, scored 21, Ishan 10, Amrit Yadav 10, Sudesh Gaba 9. Pretty much everybody was around double digits, and took them to 96 with 14 extras. Bowling wise, Sajeev took 2 for 24 for Hawks. Mayank gave 12 runs for no wickets and 2. Venu took 2 wickets. Nitin took 2 wickets, but everybody giving, except for Venu, who just gave 9 runs in 5 overs. Everybody gave around 3 to 4 runs an over. And Hawks batting, I don't see Sasi's name in there, so I don't think he played. But besides that, nobody other than Mayank actually scored any runs. Mayank came in at the number 10, I believe, and scored 16 runs. Otherwise, they were 9 for 15. They may have broken the record for the lowest total. So I guess those 16 runs helped, but in the end they only scored 34 for 10 wickets. Ronnie took 3 wickets again, 3 for 12, so I'm sure he's up there among the top wicket getters for the season. Praveen took 2 for 5 in 3 overs, and Vineet Kumar taking 2 for 6. I don't know if Gaba played this game, but I'm seeing that he's not bowling himself much, and I feel that his bowling is pretty important for Titans. Even if they have a lot of other bowlers, I think Gaba needs to come in early, see if he can get a wicket or 2 early on, and then use other bowlers to put pressure on other teams. but I'm noticing that he's not bowling himself much.
Okay. The next game of the night is Hawks versus Red Devils. Can we call this one upset? Pradeep.
Yeah, I definitely would call this an upset. I was not expecting Red Devils to fold on this one without a fight, especially. And it looks
Pradip,
like
I thought we called Hawks on this one.
Yeah.
I thought, really? I thought I could.
You and I, yeah. The only game we got right, and you're complaining.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But...
No, you're wrong. you owe Jagannath dinner or a beer. Or
Another beer.
But yeah, this was, let me put it, Hawks. I know Hawks has the potential, but this year they have not been consistent, right? And it's good to see Hawks come back this strong against a pretty good team. Red Devils is a pretty good team, but kudos to Hawks on this one. They got three key guys scoring double digits, which is good to see. Even though the score is not, and they played in Drake, it was not Southfield or Borden. I'm surprised that it's a low-scoring game. But Red Devils has a pretty good bowling lineup, so that's good. Hawks, of course, scoring only 64. But Sai Kiran Ganti scoring 15, Yashwant Atluri scoring 17, Shashank scoring 11. Those are the only three guys who got into double digits. But not a lot of other runs coming off the bat from the other guys. So that explains why they got out for 64. On the bowling side for Red Devils, Devraj, Sachal and Swarna Rahul actually those two guys took 2 wickets and Gagan 2. Swarna Rahul taken 3. So Red Devils did what they were supposed to do to get Hawks out for a low score. Unfortunately, on the batting side, Red Devils pretty much collapsed. There was only 2 guys who got to double digits. Manoj scoring 12, Gagan scoring 17. No other partnerships, but I'm really impressed by their bowling. Three extras. Again, a really disciplined bowling attack. And Mahesh Babu's taken 4 wickets of 7 runs in 3.4 overs. But Naresh Arkat's 5 overs was significant. Out of 30 balls, he only gave 2 runs, 28 dot balls, and he took 2 wickets. I think that was a pretty good spell. And Vikram taken 2 wickets for 4 runs out of 3 overs. I think those 2 guys, put a lot of pressure. And Red Devils couldn't put together any kind of meaningful partnership. In the end, they were wrapped up for 48 runs. So, yeah, this was a disappointing loss for Red Devils, I think. Hawks, they should give them some confidence going into the rest of the season. Hopefully they'll create more surprises and upsets. So I know there are other teams playing Hawks, so be wary of these Hawks. You don't know which one's going to show up. So
Yeah, that's a message to GLCC directly, right?
Yeah, so you can't take them lightly. We know they've pretty much surprised a lot of teams in the past. So I was expecting more from them this year, but we'll see. I mean, hopefully they're getting their confidence back, and maybe it's a little too late, but maybe they can play spoiler sport the rest of the season.
Okay. The next game of the night, MCC Miles versus SLCC Legends. This is called upset.
Yeah,
I call it upset. Okay, what do you say, Samish?
I would too, but then, MCC Miles on its own is a good team too. But
No, I see.
51,
I'm not denying that they are a good team, but scoring 51
yeah,
and
right,
defending that
yeah,
one, that too against Legends.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I was going. Scoring just 51 runs, and the only guy who was among runs was Hemant. He scored 12 runs off 27 balls. Just one scored 8 runs of 16 balls, but other than that, not much to talk about. Just 51 on board. You look at Legends bowling, you have Guru Naga, Praveen, Yelamachalli, you have Sai Pratap, Chaitanya. All these guys are excellent bowlers, and they didn't give in much away except for Guru Naga gave 14 runs, but he bowled 5 overs for that. Chaitanya gave 13. Everybody else gave 6 runs in 5 overs, 6 runs in 4 overs. So not really, good bowling by legends. But what I'm disappointed to see is that even after the first batsman scored 11 runs, they just kept losing wickets. 1 for 1, 2 for 6, 3 for 10, 4 for 15, 5 for 18. And these are some good batsmen. You have Praveen, you have Harish Yelamachalli, Prashant Reddy, Sai Pratap, Chaitanya, Shanmugam, Shiva, Rahul Kumar. Then Sham Kumar is coming at number 10. So, very disappointing to see them score just 31 runs in 14 overs. A lot of times what happens is if you look at Chaitanya, right, three runs in 25 balls. If you don't show intent in low chases, you are opening the door. You're opening the door to the other team. And I think that's what happened. But Abhilash, slow off spin, 4 for 10 in 5 overs, excellent bowling spell. And Sunil Somawarapur took 3 for 8. They were pick of the bowlers. Jashwant chipped in with 2 for 12. Actually, 2 for none in 2 overs. That's amazing. Good bowling, 12 dots. So, yeah, I think the legends had themselves to blame. A little bit of intent would have probably taken them over. But maybe, they'll come back stronger.
Okay, the next game of the yeah,
Jagan, one quick comment. Vijay Matta, he's playing with MCC Mas. Is he the same Vijay Matta?
Yes, he just joined MCC Miles. I came to know yesterday evening.
Vijay Matta.
Yeah, I came to know yesterday evening when I was watching these games, T90 games. Somebody else told me that Matta is playing for MCC Miles. I don't know who brought him into that team, but yes, he's playing there. Okay, the last game of the night is United Raptors versus Dynamite. So this is the only game that went to wire, and anybody could have won this game. Pradip.
Yeah, this was a pretty close call. Dynamites pulled it off in the end. Raptors, where did they play this game? I think the MCC match was in Southfield. No, why? Okay, so this is a pretty good ground. So 69 all out. Kudos to Dynamite. And let's see. Yeah, it's the same 3 Pakistani bowlers who played with Chennai Tamil Nadu Super Kings yesterday, right? Yeah. So it looks like they did what they were supposed to do. So yeah, Raptors batting first. Butta playing his usual knock, 25 runs. Kiran scoring 19. That is the only 2 meaningful guys who scored some runs. Everybody else single digits and zeros and ones and twos and threes, whatever. So it's disappointing to see these guys not scoring more runs. But kudos to Dynamites for putting the pressure on the Raptors guys to wrap them up for 69, even though they gave up 10 runs extras. It was a decent, low enough total that Dynamites could chase. On the bowling side, Siraj, Akhtar and Mohammad Hassan taking 2 wickets each. And it looks like Arun and Rajkumar taking 1 wicket each. Was there multiple runouts? Yep, back to back. Vikas Reddy got run out, Varun got run out. That explains why. And unfortunately, runouts don't help. So hard luck to Raptors on this one. Dynamite's batting second. There was not a lot of pressure, even though they put themselves under pressure, losing 9 wickets. The only guys who scored were Siraj, Vijay Kumar scoring 15, Siraj scoring 17, and Venkat scoring 10. They made it really close for comfort. It's a good thing that they were able to pull it up. They had plenty of overs to score the runs. They took 20 overs to score 70, which is expected when you are chasing a low total. But kudos to Dynamis for pulling this one off. I think I picked Raptors on this one. I'm not sure, but yeah, so this was hard luck for Raptors. Hopefully don't have to rely on Butta as much. Butta's been scoring a lot of runs, and Kiran too, but the rest of them didn't contribute, and those 2 runouts don't help at all. So hard luck to Raptors on this one. Kudos to that.
They gave 14 extras too. So
Yeah. See, I was about to mention that, in 20 overs, if you end up giving 14 extras, especially chasing 69 runs. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you look at it, Vikas is bowling, Pradip is bowling, Anjuru is bowling. They don't really have 5 proper bowlers. Not that these guys are not good, but Vikas hasn't bowled much in a while. So if he's opening the bowling, that means they didn't have their full bowling team.
Yeah,
but they still fought. Yeah.
Yeah, Harsha, they took couple of wickets, but I think they needed the last one. What was the last wicket partnership? I can't remember. Say 4 runs. So,
no, it's 4 runs. Yeah.
Okay.
So they needed 4 runs to win, and in the 20th over, first ball was a wicket, and second ball was 2 runs, and third, fourth, I think back-to-back wides. Game ended there. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So that's how. Yeah. But anyways, they fought. Okay, with that, let's quickly get into predictions and close the show. The first game of the night is Troy Hawks versus Gladiators. I think Gladiators are going to win without any issues. Any objections there?
Agree.
And United Raptors versus Hitmen and Samish.
I don't know. Seeing Raptors bowling, I'm concerned, but this one I may pick Raptors anyway.
What
do you say, Pradip?
Yeah, and Hitman's got a pretty good bowling attack. If they have to, besides Butta and Kira and others, have to step up and score runs. So it remains to be seen. If the others contribute to the total, I think Raptors can win this one. But that's a big question mark. So I'm going to lean towards Hitman on this one.
Unless I call Raptors as crocodiles, they don't win. Okay, so the next game is Titans versus Fighters. It is going to be a very good game, and it is going to be a very key game for both these teams. Sammy?
I think I'll pick Fighters on this one.
Fighters. Pradip?
Fighters or Titans, Sammy?
He said Fighters.
I said Fighters.
Okay. This is played in Borden, so that's got to come into play. This is going to be a tough one to call for me. I'll go with Titans on this one.
Titans, yeah. I think Titans have better chance than Fighters is what I'm guessing. Reasons only known to me. Okay. You guys call me offline, I'll tell you. Okay. Dynamites versus FCC. I think Dynamite should win this one with those 3 bowlers. Any objections?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
If FCC has their full team, they have a chance to win this one.
Wow.
Yeah, because Vijay actually, they batted very well against these bowlers in DPL 90.
Yeah.
Vijay, Gangaya, Harsha, they actually batted pretty well.
I'll pick FCC on this one.
Wow, awesome. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm eagerly waiting. You picking whom? Dynamite? Sammy, you picking whom? Dynamites. Okay. So I'm guaranteed a beer here. Either you or Pradip. Okay. Okay.
I'm glad you're going to India, Devin.
Yeah, true. And you guys will be golfing, I know. Okay. 20. Okay. The next game is SLCC Legends versus Detroit Bulls. See, with the way they lost Legends, probably they are going to take their anger on Bulls. Is what I'm guessing. What do you say, Sammy?
I think it will be a close game, but yeah, I'll go with Legends. Bulls have to earn my trust again.
Okay. What do you say, Pradip?
Yeah, I'll go with Bulls on this one. Both teams are coming out from a bad loss. I think Bulls lost too, right? Didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Bulls on this one.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. The next game is Strikers versus KRCC. I thought of saying, Pardeep went to India, so it's very difficult for Strikers. No, I'm going to say it exactly opposite way. Now, Pardeep is not playing this game. Strikers have better chances, is what I'm thinking. What do you say, Sammy?
I agree with you. They have better chances, but I'll give the game to KRCC.
KRCC. Okay. Okay. It, I don't know. KRCC, their bowling is not up to mark, is what I felt. Okay.
Right. But
What do you, especially they're, without Hemant?
yeah, but the last game they played together, I think only scored 100 some runs. So I'm sure they'll have some memory of that.
And they have bowling depth, Jagan. They have plenty of bowlers in their roster. So yes, they'll miss Hemant for sure, but they'll have others to come in and step up. So I'm gonna go with KRCC on this one.
Okay, so both are going with KRCC. The next game is Red Devils versus Canton Hurricanes. Okay, see, already Red Devils have an issue with the ground and walking. Luckily, they are playing with Canton Hurricanes. But then, walking into a
I'll
game
give
with
it
a
to Red
fear,
Devils.
it's very Red Devils. Okay, what do you say, Friday?
I'll go with Red Devils.
Red Devils. Okay. The last game of the night, Stars versus Pokiris. Imti missing again. What do you
Yeah,
say,
this
Sammy?
it's gonna be a close. It's gonna be a close one.
Yeah, I would say Stars, but then I see that most people, they struggle against spin. So I don't know. I'll stick with, again, if Ravi Teja is in bowling, it's a different. So let's go with Pokies on this one.
Ready.
Yeah, I'll go with Pokies and Stars missing a Inti one. Two is, to your point, Jagan. It's becoming more and more evident that where Ravi Teja goes when he's batting is where Stars go. It looks like when Teja doesn't perform with his bat, Stars struggle to put up runs on the board. So yeah, I'll go with Pokies on this one. And also, by the way, Pokies are riding a great momentum because a
True.
lot of the Pokies guys are playing in the finals in the DPL, and they're playing really well too. They're playing, and most of the guys play with Pokies too, I think. So yeah, I see Pokies getting a lot of confidence from that.
Okay. With that, we have completed all the games. But before closing, I'll come to you guys for last words. But today's last words is going to be different with a question, which is not cricket related. In recent times, we hear a lot about recalls, right? It's like produce, especially cucumber recall, pepper recall, green beans recall, listeria, or there's another thing. What is that? Uh, what do you call? I forgot the name. E. coli. E. coli, and um, there's another thing too. But whatever it is, they're giving different names, right? So once it is in the market and sold it to the people, and they have consumed at least few, right? So what is the use of this recall? I'll take opinion from you guys and close the show. I'll start with Sami.
The use is if you haven't used it, you can return it. That's what the recall does. But if you have already used it and hopefully you haven't gotten sick, then there's nothing you can do about it. But it's just that people buy in bulk generally, and if they have a couple packets that they haven't used, you can return those.
Okay.
Generally, with how Indians cook, recalls don't matter because we boil pretty much everything that we cook. So, we kill those bacteria anyway. But
Okay.
I think the answer is if you haven't used it, you can return it.
Okay, what do you say, Pradip?
Yeah, and then recall is not just taking it back from the individual buyers. It's also
Stores,
recalling the entire lot from the stores. So that is done to prevent spreading that bacteria to others, right? So it's twofold. Of course, if you bought it, if you haven't used it, especially if you're eating salads, that can cause problems. So the stuff on the shelf cannot be sold once it's recalled. So that helps to prevent spreading that to more people who might consume it.
Okay, if you consume it, God bless you. Okay, that's what you're
Yeah,
trying to say. Okay.
well, yeah, I mean, it's hit or miss, right? It depends on the lots, but it's hard to, when you have a distribution channel, they know exactly where the lots are, but it's hard to say how many of it is sold. So it's better to just throw it,
Yeah,
get rid of it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I was reading this article this morning, and Michigan Kroger,
Yeah.
Walmart. There's another store which I never heard. These are the three stores. Heavy recall. It's heavy recall.
What
So
are they recalling?
check cucumbers, jalapenos. Uh,
I've been eating all that lately.
very good. Okay.
Now that explains my
Green
analysis.
beans, all that stuff. Okay. It's
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Send me the article, Jagan.
I don't know what is listeria contamination mean. What does listeria contamination? I don't know. I never.
Yeah, I think that's the way they harvest and dry it, and kind of shake it. They have this manufacturing stuff, right? So that equipment that does this mass distribution of packaging is where the contamination is.
Yeah, listeria is a bacteria, Jagan.
Okay. Okay. With
Yeah.
that, we'll conclude tonight's show. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Brady, and thank you all listeners. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.